Diane, we are here in the Swamp Shack, a favorite place for you because you own it, but also there's so many things in here that are amazing. We're in the Kiln, and you also have Dempsey's, which is a restaurant right next to the Swamp Shack. Let us talk about the restaurant first, then we'll get back to the shack, to the Swamp Shack. What is Dempsey's noted for?
Noted for our seafood, our baked macaroni, different dishes that I make, like my swamp bisque, which is crawfish and shrimp in it, made with a cream sauce. Noted for our platters for two, which is enough to feed 4 people. We have a restaurant in New Orleans, so I've kind of ventured out on my own in 2003.
I see. So you picked out the Kiln for what reason?
Actually, we picked out Waveland first, and then Katrina took us away in 2005, 2 years, 2 weeks after the storm hit. After that, we closed up, which we had no building. We went back to New Orleans and opened up with my father in New Orleans called Jack Dempsey's. And then after that, I stood there a year, reopened in Lakeshore, and I was there for 4 years. And then I bought this location out here 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering where the Dempsey name came in, and now you've explained that. Mm-hmm. The dishes, the food that you serve at Dempsey's then are recipes that you've done.
They're all my dad's recipes, and majority of them are mine also.
Mm-hmm. And you're here in the Kiln. Was it because there was property available? I mean, you got to know where Dempsey's is.
Right. Well, we were looking for a place to buy because we were renting, and we just happened to come across this, and then we purchased it.
So on your menu, what can we look for? You said seafood.
Yes, we have a seafood platter for 2 that will feed a family of 4. It has a little bit of everything on it. It has shrimp, oysters, catfish, redfish, stuffed crabs, and crawfish pies. And you get 2 sides with it, 2 cups of gumbo.
So how did you come up with that?
I think that he was wanting to do enough food to have a family meal. And that's how he came up with it. And I just followed his footsteps, and it seems to be working very, very well for me.
Well, you know, I really think that's great, because if I were to walk in and say, boy, I would like a crab, but oh boy, the shrimp looks good. So you do get this little sampler platter.
Correct.
And it's all, is it fried, or do you have a choice? Or?
It's all fried, but we do have broiled dishes also, so we have food to suit anyone.
Mm-hmm. What about dessert?
We have plenty dessert. We have homemade bread pudding. We have homemade tiramisu. We have chocolate, vanilla, brownie a la mode. You name it, we have it.
Wow. And are these really New Orleans type of cuisine?
Yes.
In the Kiln?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed you can't really usually find a whole lot of residents that were born here. A lot of people are coming over from New Orleans and Slidell, and I guess it's because what you offer isn't available here.
There's other places that do it, but I think that I do my best at it and try really hard to make it more of a home style cooking, and it's very flavorful, and I give quantity, and I think our personality here at the restaurant makes it.
Mm-hmm. Do you do a lunch and dinner, or just a lunch?
We do lunch and dinner.
Lunch and, because that's unusual. A lot of restaurants are going to just a lunch, whether it be a late lunch, right, but they're cutting out dinner. But evidently, you have a dinner crowd.
Oh yes, sir, we do.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Now let's talk about the Swamp Shack. Okay, this must be your baby.
This is something that was an empty shed, and I decided that we needed to do something for the customers to have a place to visit while they waited. So I come up with a gift shop, and we've actually done very, very well here, and we have a lot of unique stuff and a lot of local artists and stuff from other people, but most of it's locals.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's unique that you say that, because when people are waiting, mm-hmm, even if you give them one of the little units, you know, that'll go off when it's their turn, time still seems to be long, but you don't have anything to do. So you come here and you can look around your shop, and it looks like you have just about anything in here. Are these mainly made by artists in the area, or that you know?
We have a lot of artists, but we have a lot of stuff that we buy from Mud Pie and different companies, and some local jewelry artists, that come in and bring stuff to us, and a lot of metal artwork outside, wood artwork, flower planters. A lot of it's done by Scott Blackwell. We have a lot of stuff from local people, so I like that.
Wasn't Scott, or did Scott ever do these fishes?
Yes.
That had big lips on them?
Yep.
I remember those. Does he still do that?
Yes, he does.
He does. Very good, because that was almost a signature at that time. And so you'll be able to see items that are handmade as well as some of your suppliers.
Correct.
Within the Swamp Shack, what are some items that you could point out to me as far as ones that seem to be hot items, if you will?
Okay, we have our jewelry, which is some of our new stuff that we have. It's called Ginger Snap. We have a lot of local artists that design some of our jewelry. It's 1213. She's a jewelry artist that comes in. Another one is a friend of mine. Her name is Bonnie Lynn, and she makes some of our jewelry. We have a few of them. We have a few different vendors that come by.
I noticed. I mean, it's very much of a variety. Do people come in? Artists come in and say, "I want to show you something."
Yes,
See,
all the time, all the time.
all the time.
You can't buy everything, though.
That's right. I mean, this is not a multi-million-dollar building.
No, but we sure got a lot of stuff in here.
A lot of stuff in here is right. And I noticed you have your T-shirts, of course. What would a shop be without? How did you come up with Swamp Shack?
Well, we have Dempsey's, and it just kind of fit. I don't know. We just kind of thought of the swamp theme, and I just called it the Swamp Shack.
And that's the way it was?
Yeah.
Did you ever have something like this?
No, never. This is my first venture out on this. This is our third year.
I guess if people know where you are and they eat here once, it doesn't make any difference where you are, because they'll come to you because they want that food. And it's got to taste the same all the time, doesn't it?
It sure does, and I make sure it does. I do all my main cooking. I have my kitchen people in the back that help me prepare everything, but all my main stuff is done by me.
So, and to you, as far as Dempsey's, it's got to be the best all the time and the same
Exactly.
all the time.
Exactly.